what's good with it? It's your boy, Simon Phoenix. This is Shots Fired Podcast. What up? What up? What up? Shoot your shot. Gun Rules Finest Podcast. That's right, Shots Fired. Bang, bang. Yo, what's good with it? It's your boy, Simon Phoenix, Shots Fired Podcast. And today's guest, got to give you a round of applause, as they say, because I want to make sure I show you love. Lil J. Yo, what's good? So, I know y'all don't know who he is or what he does, but let's just say he's a jack of all trades, but I'm bringing him on the show, to discuss car audio competition because, I know some of y'all like to have that bang in y'all whip.
Nice. All right, so, what do you want to know about?
Bro, I want to know.
Sounds and car competitions. And
the whole.
What you want to know about that?
Okay, so
Start from the beginning.
Well, for me, let's start with the competition part, right? That when you enter one of those type of competitions, is that competition based on pure loud, like volume? Is it based on bass and like how low your basses is going? Or is it something like setup and those things as well?
So in different competitions, is a little bit of everything.
Okay.
You have SPL, which is sound pressure level. And then you also have sound quality.
Okay.
Sound quality has to do with a lot about sound imaging, basically 360 sound, your sound all the way around you. SQ competitions aren't generally loud at all. They're not loud at all. They're just, they play something called pink noise.
What's pink noise?
Pink noise is just, it's a tone, and they have a certain meter that hooks up to your headrest, and it kind of tests the quality of that. Also has something to do with your install too, how clean it is, how clean your wires are, as far as
So they y'all know I want to know, like, they move the stuff out the way to see if your wires are like
usually you present it like you're showing it all.
So is that where we get for those people that are like me who don't know anything about anything, is that when you see the amps in the glass? Is that what you're talking about?
Similar to that as well.
Okay.
Yep. Depending on however you have it installed. Some people may have wires laying everywhere, or you can see everything, and it's like it looks crappy.
Okay, so
they judge on that as well.
So no hood shit.
Don't sound quality.
Don't be putting your shit in there with bubble gum taped to the back.
It has to look good and sound good. But SPL, you can pick a 1992 station wagon and bang it out, put a wall in it, whatever, and they're just testing the pressure level. Now, you would think that it's lower bass, but a lot of the higher low bass get you the higher numbers. Like my truck, you heard my truck.
Definitely.
I generally play between 27 and 37 hertz.
Oh, yeah,
that's a low tone.
Right.
When people compete, a lot of the people, like, they have world records, they're playing like 73 hertz and 56, and that's like the difference between this right here and the difference between this right here.
Right.
It's still loud because bass is bass, but when they do these competitions, they're not playing music, they're playing tones. They're playing frequencies.
Right. And they're playing a specific thing
numbers.
To get higher numbers.
Now, they do have certain areas in the competition where it is judged off of demoing, and people generally they do judge, they do crowd participation as far as how they judge that.
Okay.
And that's who the loudest is. You can have really minor bass, but 20 speakers that's pumping out nothing but vocals, and that's going to drown out everybody else's stuff.
So in a nutshell, for those of you that are like me who are a little bit dumb, there is this sounds good and it's loud competition, and then there's your bass tones based off of tones can win based on how low you can get or how loud that tone is. Yeah?
Goes.
Okay. Just making sure, because, like, from the outside looking in, it just looks
another
like what you see
misconception.
on TV.
They have different classes. They have different power classes. They have different vehicle classes. If you just have a box in the trunk, you know what I'm saying? They have a class for that. They got a class for 750 watts and under, 1500 watts and under. You know, they break it up and they have different competition levels. It's not just who's the loudest overall of everybody because that would be unfair.
Okay.
So you can fit more stuff in a bigger vehicle than a smaller vehicle.
Right,
so,
right. So
you know.
if somebody pulled up in a bug, there's a competition I
I know people that have bugs that have.
I'm sure. I mean, if you gut it and do all kind of different things, you can
But you
turn
got
the
to do
whole
a
thing.
lot of modification.
You can turn the whole vehicle into a speaker, maybe.
They have a modified class. They have a trunk class. They have a Radical X class, which is basically unlimited. You know, I can have, and they base them on power classes, and then a lot of them do how many speakers you have. It depends on what class you're in, just to make it fair. You know what I'm saying, for the other competition levels. I'm president of a car club. I have 3 women who went to World Finals and placed. So these are middle-aged Caucasian ladies playing trap music.
Playing trap music.
But they stuff is loud.
Banging that Luke.
They stuff is loud.
I believe it. So let me ask you this. How many competitions would you say on average is done in the Western Michigan and Midwest area? Just a guess for people who, again, are like me. We don't know nothing. So if you would like to just
it's
go
a problem
and
in
watch.
West Michigan. They're very biased against loud music.
Oh, they don't like that here?
They don't like it. They don't like the whole car club scene because there is people that spoil it for everyone else.
You know, it's like anytime you introduce loud music, beer, alcohol, trees,
most
and
of these
women.
events are family friendly events though.
Yeah, but
98% of them. There's no.
I guarantee that you are 100% correct.
There's no drug use. There's no. It's just the loud music, and people complain about that more than they do the actual violent stuff that they need to be complaining about.
You know, some people associate loud music with hooligans. Y'all heard it here first. Hooligans.
Can I say the inbound?
You can say whatever you like.
Niggas. They don't want to hear nigger music.
You couldn't wait to say it, huh?
Yeah. Nigga. I like how it sounds.
Okay.
They don't want to hear nigger music, okay? Tyrone, Reggie.
I mean,
they want to hear that.
You show up playing Barry Manilow.
You know, I play old school. I play more.
Pull up playing the Temptations or something.
I play different type of stuff, but it's like, you know, a lot of the older cats that had systems in their car in the 90s and early 2000s, they all had epicenters. Epicenters, you know, old music, when you play it on a new system, it has that drowned out bass like that you can't even hear anymore, you know. What an epicenter does, it restores, it's a bass restorer. All the bass lost from that it brings it back.
Okay.
So, new school, they have rebased music. It could be your favorite song, but they'll have it at a certain frequency. They'll just tune, you know what I'm saying? There's different DJs who rebase music.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So it's the same thing as
from a musical editing point, it's people who can go back in and where the bass would be more prominent, they put that back in. And then for other people, they take popular music and take out a lot of the other stuff so you could just hear the bass.
They keep the other stuff too, but they enhance it.
Okay, so they
enhance
they
it. They remaster it,
Gotcha.
and then they boost up those levels.
Okay,
it's not distorted. It's not.
I get you. It's cleaned up properly.
Clean.
Yeah, it's cleaned up properly. Yeah, that was what I really wanted to know. I just wanted to know the ins and outs of for people who didn't know, because I know you're into that.
Oh yeah.
But I have several subjects for you. We're gonna slide around a little bit. We're gonna slide around, make room for what I want to get out of you today.
I'm with it.
Okay, so we got the musical part, level 1 of competitions and how the competitions go and different classes. So now I want to move over to your other great hobby, which is
Prostitution.
definitely not prostitution. No one wants a short guy, okay?
They do.
Short kings, I'm just playing with y'all. Short kings, I'm just playing. There's some women like short guys. I hear they be winning sometimes.
All the time. I win.
I'm glad you got confidence. Nah, it ain't about you being short at all, cuz. Mine is based around these 4-legged things that growl and bite and snarl and are loving and cuddly and goofy. So let's talk about the dogs.
Goofy.
Yeah, goofy. Dogs are extremely, anybody who's ever lived with a dog, your dog has a personality and they're goofy as hell. They do silly shit like people do. So, what's up with the dogs and how is that going? I know you just had a litter.
One thing I know about our age group, our demographic, a lot of us need counseling. A lot of us need emotional support and help
Okay.
and therapy, and these dogs are great for it. I'll be running the streets every day for one for my dogs. I know I have a sense of responsibility that no matter how screwed up your day is, you can always count on your dog being happy to see you when you come home. He's always wants to be there. It's like dogs can, like when you sell a dog or when you get a dog, I feel the dog picks you. You don't pick the dog.
It's possible. I mean, I don't know.
They attach yourself. They attach themselves to your.
But I think
to your spirit.
I think what happens with a dog is, and I've always thought this, I think a dog's role in humanity turns into that's your best friend, and they're never going to do the kind of things that humans do. So your dog's never going to lie to you. Your dog's not going to cheat on you. The most crime that your dog can do to you really is tear up some shit of yours.
Right.
Outside of that, like, most people will never be mauled by their dog. No. So your dog is just like that person that's always gonna hold you down, always gonna have you there, and that kind of love is priceless,
unconditional.
So I'm with you on that. Now that being said, what's up? You just had a litter. What's up?
2 litters.
Oh, you had 2 litters?
Yes.
Oh man, Mr. Dogface over there.
I got 12 dogs. I got a litter of 7 off of Bob and Nunya.
Okay.
Excuse me, Bob and Jezebel.
Okay. Then
I have Nunya, who's a UKC champion. I show these dogs. I bred her to another champion. Mm-hmm. It's Bob's uncle.
Okay.
So Nunya is Bob's aunt.
Right.
And Amadeus, who I bred her to, is his uncle on different sides. So right. I basically did the same. I did the same breeding that he came off of using the brother.
Right.
Using
that. You somebody else.
I need something along his lines. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about how I do my program, I try to breed for consistency.
Well, me and you've had that conversation before, but for those of you who are viewers, he breeds these dogs. Now, what kind of dogs are they?
American Bully.
Okay. Now, what is American Bully good for outside of a pet? What was the purpose?
They're show dogs. They
well, I know your dog. I know your dog is show dogs.
When they created the American Bully, they wanted they didn't want the aggressiveness of a pit bull.
Right.
They wanted, quote unquote, this is what the term, pit bull on steroids.
Right.
They wanted to be muscled up. You know what I'm saying? Not as let's talk about different physiques, right? You got Arnold Schwarzenegger, American Bully, and then you have Bruce Lee. He's ripped up, but he's smaller.
Right.
He's more athletic.
And that's what you would consider a pit bull.
That's a pit bull.
Okay.
They have longer muzzles.
Right.
They come from a different quality of dog that created to make that line. These dogs were originally Amstaff pit bull terrier, but a selective breeding program, certain dogs that created consistency. And you want a shorter, thicker, muscular look.
Now the reason I
shorter muzzle, more less aggressive.
Dog.
They bred originally. They did this to breed the aggressiveness out of the pit bull because the pit bull is a good dog.
Pit bull's an excellent dog. I'm a person that will always stand behind pit bulls. The problem with pit bulls is just like certain groups of humanity that have been given a bad name based on others' bad behavior.
What groups?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, okay.
There's only one of us allowed to be a douchebag. You were here to be nice, okay?
Oh, really? You didn't tell me this before.
Yeah, I call you back on for the shit talk show.
Jeez.
I'll give you that right. So, with that being said, I've always been one of the people that I love the American Bulldog, and the reason why is because he represents a certain group of individuals on the planet. It's one of our mascots. You know what I'm talking about. So, seeing those kind of dogs and then saying to yourself, like, I know somebody that breeds them, I know somebody that shows them, and to ask questions about that kind of dog is always fun for me because it's not like my top breed. Like, me and you have breed conversations all the time, and like, I'm definitely into guard dogs. I like a good Rottweiler because I like a big fat dumb dude that's a dirtbag. That's my ideal dog. But
you have one misconception real quick first.
Go for it.
This is American Bully.
Okay, right.
Has no bulldog in it.
None.
Now, the exotic bully has all types of bulldog.
Okay.
In it. That's why you see short tail, no tail, underbite, wrinkles on the face that aren't supposed to be in the American Bully. Those are in exotic bullies because they take they kind of enhance all the undesirable traits that are in other breeds that they try to piece together to make their own hybrid breed.
Okay.
And that's what the exotic bully is. It's a hybrid breed.
I apologize. Thank you for fixing the
But it's definitely not the same. This my dogs have no bulldog in it.
Okay. Got you. Okay.
When you try to create something, some people try to skip steps or they wanted a thicker head. So instead of going to look for dogs, American bullies with Amstaffs or Pit Bull Terrier with blockier heads, they went straight to a bulldog and bred that in it, not caring about the short nares, the pushed in muzzle. That's why you hear the the dog's definitely going to have breathing issues. Then they don't care about the size. They'll take a huge dog, breed it to something smaller to hopefully try to get something in between. Anytime you shrink something, now you have issues with the hips, you have issues with the heart, you have all these issues. Before you introduce something to the breed, you do health testing on these dogs.
Right. So
to prove that to make that dominant.
Got you. So what you're saying is like
you want it to evolve.
Yes, you want to evolve, but you want to evolve naturally, and you don't want to. What you're talking about with the shortcuts is you don't want those things to be the kind of things that's going to be harmful for the genetic coding of the animal that you're putting
because
down.
Even if that dog might not have it, his offspring has it. Okay. He's going to be 50%. So now you got a female that's also 50% carrier of those messed up traits. Now you got 75% of all your offspring having those messed up traits.
Got you.
It's like people with sickle cell.
Right.
Having kids with that. Now you have that dominant trait that you and your wife passed down to your offspring.
Yes, and then you hope that it's going to water itself down, but without proper genetic testing and shit, things of that nature.
You wouldn't know.
I mean, people genetic test now. So let's get away from the dogs. Mm-hmm. Oh, because wait, I got one last dog question. And this is just because you breed dogs, so I know someone wants to know, what is the general price to get into a dog like this?
If you once you research what you like in the breed, you look at the standard, right?
Just give us we dumb, man. Just throw us a number so those of us who are broke can say that's not for me.
Expect to spend $2,500 to $5,000 on a dog.
There y'all have it. Y'all better start hustling. Get a side job.
That's right there. That is average price.
Okay. Yeah, that's what
and that's even on the lower level. You know what I'm saying? There's people that
get you a side job.
Are in it just for the money.
Get you a side job.
There's people that are in it for the money.
I believe it's many people that's in it for the money with everything.
That's okay. You know what I'm saying? That's okay to a point.
That's cool.
Anytime you mess up the integrity of something for the price of
that's everything else. That's everything. Like what you're mentioning goes everywhere there is to go. That I always say this. I'm keep saying this line to the rest of the world get it. When the person that's driving the bus or whatever it is does not care, they will drive it off a cliff.
Definitely.
Exactly. No matter what that thing is, that's what they're gonna do. All right. Now I had to get the dog thing out, but you have a nickname in the streets. Mm-hmm. What's that nickname? You the king of the what?
King of the club.
You the king of the what?
King of the club.
You the king of the what?
I've been king of the club I've been king of the club really since 2004.
That's one of my favorite promoter jokes because once I seen that and I knew you and I was like,
Mr. King of the Club.
I was like, who the hell crowned this crazy ass short motherfucker here? What the hell?
I made a song called King of the Club.
I mean, you done everything. This is why I talked about the things.
I made a song called King of the Club when I was in jail.
Look. This is why I talked about the things first, right? I started to show off on, look at this. I'm bringing him on the show because he's knowledgeable. And if you're out and you want to compete with your car and your sound system, you want to know how to get that in, he got you. You need a quality dog of this particular breed, he got you. But the music part, that's the fun part for me. That's the part where I can harass you. Now, since we established that your street nickname was King of the Club, mm-hmm. I'm about to ask you some dirtbag questions. This is my dirtbag part.
And you should.
This is my dirtbag part. Now I'm gonna set it up for you, so then you can have an educated answer. Okay, the first one is this. Recently on ESPN, a female host was reacting to Cam Newton. Cam Newton is discussing quarterbacks and some quarterbacks being game changers and some quarterback being game managers. Her approach to Cam Newton was, let's not discuss his outfit. Let's discuss that he is not currently in the league. Now, I talked about my Sunday night rant. I said she was bold business. Your take
on that?
Yeah, she never covered the conversation. She basically went around the point that Cam shouldn't be talking because he is not currently playing, but he would like to be playing. I took it from the point of that does not matter. You're surrounded by people who
gave him a platform and took it from him.
No, this is not her show.
Oh,
they're not on the same show. Like
I don't watch TV.
No. What I'm saying to you is she's reacting. Right? There's a video. They watched the video of his show. He has his own show. He has his own platform, his own everything.
Right.
She's on ESPN, and they're reacting to him saying, "Hey, man, this list of quarterbacks. I say they're game managers. Everybody's not a game changer. They're not that kind of guy." And instead of her reacting to what he said, she discussed his outfit, or she threw a shot at his outfit. I don't want to misquote her. She threw a shot at his outfit and then proceeded to be like, basically, why are we listening to him? You're at home on the couch. You're in the basement. You sound like the dude in the basement.
Cheap shot.
Exactly. Never covered the fact that I just said. What would be your thoughts now that you've been in tune to what I'm asking?
She's a bitch. I'm pretty sure he wanted to
that's the viral moment.
Steer it the way that he wanted to steer it, because when you're good at something or you're known for something, that's what you expect people to interview you on. So that way you can, from a smart standpoint, be able to answer the questions that you want. She's just being an asshole for no reason.
I say that's the issue. The issue is currently that I think, this is just me, I think the issue currently in the state of what we have going on here as far as entertainers, people like me doing podcasts, talking heads, yada, yada, that it is easy to discredit males based on looks, not credentials. And that's kind of what she did. Like, she did it from the viewpoint of like, well, you at the crib, and like me and Damon spoke on my Sunday night show. Look, man, you never played. You out of bounds to begin with. You can't chastise a guy that has an MVP if you've never played national football. And the dudes around you are in the NFL. All of these dudes are in the National Football League, but you. You the person that you can't throw no shots at anybody looking for a job because you couldn't even work there.
Right.
That was our issue with it. But like I said, you're 100% on point. Now I got one more bogus one, another hot topic.
It's not bogus. That's
no, they be bogus because they setups. They're always. But when I say they bogus, I mean these are questions that are hot questions that if you say some crazy shit, will be in the rotation for months to come. So now, here we go. Thoughts on what's going on with your man, and it's not your man, of course, but P. Diddy. What do you think? Now, I'm gonna say this before you say anything. Take that. Yeah, don't sit well now. Do it. Okay, I couldn't help myself. Go ahead. Thoughts.
Where do I start?
You got 5 minutes. The floor is yours.
Okay, so listen, man. This is nothing new. That's what's crazy, and I think right now it's kind of good. What was that girl that he ended up cashing out? Cassie. She blew it out the water, but it's like everybody knew he's been into homosexual activity for.
Well, that's not the part that
for forever. You know what I'm saying?
It's not the part that's spicy for real.
So, and then about the allegations about that's all stuff that we known about. You know what I'm saying?
Again, none of those things.
We're talking about a gatekeeper, right?
Oh, so now do you think
I think if you got money, you got the power to pull strings that a broke nigga can't.
Well,
And he has that.
does that make you a gatekeeper?
He creates the he's a puppet master.
Well, that would mean that you were a manipulator, but that
he definitely is. But it's like when you got money, you can convince
that comes with
to
the
do anything.
that comes with the territory, and then it's based on you being. They
didn't complain about him when they stopped reaping the benefits. It's kind of like coming into certain stuff. You kind of know what you sign up for, even if you don't know what you signed up for. You know this guy's reputation coming into this, so you knew what the hell was going on. You knew what's been told to you, and you know what's been presented in front of you. You could have left from jump, but no. You wanted to reap the benefits of financial gain. You wanted to you wanted to be tricked on when it comes to the women and the guys. Hello, y'all want to be tricked on. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. A lot of these people they've never got that before. So they're like even guys that are kind of not necessarily naive, but it's like, oh no, he a real dude. You know what I'm saying? He a businessman. You know what I'm saying? They still look.
It's
at
the
it.
idea of being put on.
That
Point blank. Period. It's the idea of being put on. The issue that. A lot of us have in the background, those of us who are now become media, it is the watching individuals jump on the bandwagon because it is an easy approach to get to the bag. And the question then turns into, is this real? That's always the question. Is this real? And yes, you can produce whatever you want to, but when you come and show up 20 years later, 30 years later, 40 years later, you complaining to me about, yo, Aaron Hall's running around with his penis and knocking chicks out and doing it in the living room in front of everybody. But during the time period, wasn't nothing said.
Yeah.
It was all good then. And the reason why I say that is because it seems, I'm not saying it's true on either side, but it seems
tit for tat.
That a lot of this is a money grab. It just seems like it's a way to, oh, bro, you down? Everybody gonna believe you. Yep, I'm coming to get some of that too.
Before the money, I seen the Aaron Hall interview about it. That Aaron Hall interview ain't something that just happened.
No, but the case is this, right? It wasn't him telling
They're
the
referencing
story.
back to that.
Right, they're
Aaron
referencing
Hall
to that.
interview.
Yeah, the reference to that. But it's not the interview.
What did Jamie Foxx say basically the same shit about? Come on, man.
I mean, but you have already known the story when the cat came out the bag in the 80s that you was going to Hollywood parties and you could get whatever you wanted. So if you were someone who was new and you went to Hollywood and you got invited to a party, you could walk in the party and room A got weed, room B got women, room C got men, room E got people backflipping on cartwheels on salmon. Whatever weird thing you wanted, it kept going. And you would see famous people in them rooms getting those things.
Definitely.
I looked at it like this. Once you get money and fame, for some people, they just keep indulging in different shit because there's so much shit to indulge in and they fall into the trap. For other people, they fall into the drug trap. There's multiple traps you can fall into depending on your demeanor as an individual. I never was shocked with any of the freaky deaky shit that came out. What shocked me was so many people was making a money play. Really? You could y'all love that, don't y'all?
Method Man saying he saw Kanye West sucking dick in the bathroom at one of Diddy's parties.
Again, y'all saying, and look,
that's not a new interview. That's all I'm saying.
But
this is shit that's been said.
But the thing was,
none of this shit new. So it's like, are you surprised?
That's my point.
You?
It was never going to get any traction.
Are you surprised?
No.
It's still not getting no fucking traction because, nigga, we knew it already.
But it's not getting any traction because most of it is based around this. And this is what I'm going to leave it here. Most of the argument for most people is you thought and y'all believed and y'all totally bought into the imaging that people were selling you. That's what it is. And on the other hand, there's a group of people who know who did what, and now they want to blackmail people because your image is a straight man. That's what you getting at. For me, I'm saying I don't even give a shit about that. What I'm watching that's making me crazy and laugh at is so many people chasing them down for the bag. That's the part, cuz. That's the part.
Do you think they just deserve the bag?
No. Stock the bar vodka made right here in Michigan. Distilled from Michigan red winter wheat. The red winter wheat provides this drink with one of the smoothest flavors known to man. Stock the bar vodka, premium quality. Our motto is smooth taste with a purpose. And now, the official sponsor of Shots Fired Podcast. Stock the bar vodka. Pour up a glass. Drink with a purpose. Okay. Back on the puffy talk, shit talk. The entertainment shit talk. Because you just can't.
What was that noise? Why was that even?
Oh, don't ask me. Don't ask me. I just thought it was. I think the whole thing is interesting, but it's not interesting for why everyone else thinks it's interesting. Like, that to me is the core of it. Everyone else thinks it's interesting because it's males who they thought were straight and playboys.
Or masculine.
And then they found out that they was involved in homosexual activity. That's not it. That's not, like, to me, that's not it, because it's some people who just is going to be weak-minded. It's some people that already was that way. Yada, yada, yada. That's not the key. For me, the key is how many people is coming out the woodwork after people right now. Like, this is the really get chased
Cancel
down
culture.
and condemned right now.
Cancel culture.
But it's not just like it's not the real cancel culture.
They don't want to be canceled, so they figure if I present you with this as an option of me getting your ass caught up in some shit that you know you did.
That's the move.
It don't matter where you did it. So what's up? They starting these niggas.
I mean, but I've seen like prime example, right? All right, like to turn it on the other way around. A prime example of it would be Cameron and Mace being thrown on the bus and how mad Cameron was, right? And some people were like, well, why was Cameron going in, or why did he sound the way he did? Like, they felt the energy.
Back in the day?
No, this is recent. So what happened recent on Joe Budden's podcast?
Yeah.
That Melissa
Not
Ford.
a fan of Joe Budden and all.
I know.
Okay.
Melissa Ford is one of his co-hosts.
Okay.
And Melissa Ford was like, there was a story of Cam and Maze going to a brothel, yada, yada, yada. But it happened in the 90s and they were minors. But when the room was discussing them going to the brothel, she was like, well, it could have been underage girls there, right? But she didn't have the context of it was in the 90s, they were still minors. They was like 16 and 17 at the
kids.
time.
Yeah.
They were still kids themselves. It couldn't be with anybody underage because they're underage. Thrown out the window. But Cam was pissed based off, yo, you don't do that with no evidence because it's cancel culture. It's people gonna think I'm freaky deaky like that. Once you throw that in the streets, that shit snowball. Why would you do that? And so now, give credit to Joe Buttons and his cast of individuals that worked there. All of them was like, nah, that's not cool in the moment, right? And so I use that point to say, it's so much of that. It's so much of men are the devil conversation in entertainment currently, and people are getting caught in other people's shit. Where just today I seen some chick accusing Method Man of whooping on her, and they fighting in the hotel room, and it didn't go anywhere because she didn't want to say nothing. I'm just like, I'm looking at it going, it's very hard.
Then it didn't exist.
To
where the receipts? You just saying it?
Yeah. It's very hard to take y'all serious because you keep coming out 10, 20, 30 years later accusing these rap dudes of shit, and then you don't have no evidence. It's just, oh, my lawyers told me not to do it, and my people around me, and I was the light lady. Just always some old shit like, well, why are you telling us now, bro?
The sad part about this whole shit is it's usually the most undesirable ones that come out with the shit. Let's get Bill Cosby, right? It's a particular
It's
woman
you
that
saying
looks
it-
like a fucking man.
Well, these chicks was like at least decent looking.
Okay, so even with that, you just wanted your chance at motherfucking fame. So you figure if I throw this nigga some pussy, be seen a couple times with him and shit like that, that's gonna make my shit go through the roof. But in all reality, they didn't have no fucking talent to even present to the entertainment world. So the shit didn't fucking go no further. You was just an average, decent looking hood bitch.
What I think is this. I think every time it's being dirt thrown on men, and there's some women out there just like that's a payday. And
Right.
now when it's come to the Hollywood shit, motherfuckers done fucked around so much where they have been around so many other human beings that they done ran across a couple of those type of people who are like, yeah, you was with me, we was in the club, you felt in my booty, I need 100 million.
Shit
I'm
like
coming
that.
for it. I'm coming.
Shit like that.
And I think that's more of what
Women have malicious intent when they do shit like that. Niggas are just petty when they do shit like that. Like Danny Boy saying that Mary J. Blige had sex with him when he was 15.
You really think he was being petty?
That okay? Why would you bring that up?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because Danny Boy was trying to be, Danny Boy is really trying to tell
Gay
us.
now, but
No,
still.
but Danny Boy is really trying to tell us like I had everybody. If you watch, and I shouldn't have said it like that because that's wrong.
No, you
But-
should have changed his voice.
That's why I said that.
He threw
That's
the
like,
Danny
that was
Boy
right.
voice on and shit.
Yeah, because that's how he sound. It's not like, but in reality, like,
Do you believe it?
Yes.
I do.
I mean, look, here's my thing though. None of us is grieving the grace of time. We're listening to the stories, but we're not putting the people's age where they were, who they were, and what they were on.
He was
at the
15.
time.
She was 24.
And I guarantee you, she didn't ask no questions. And what I mean by that is this, right? If I walk into a studio, it's drugs, alcohol, we kicking it. You're handsome or you're sexy as a girl, whatever you're choosing.
The age shit, it's not even.
It's never discussed because
It's not going to even come up.
because those kind of
You're in an adult setting.
Exactly.
You're in an adult setting, so adult shit happens in adult fucking settings.
And the bad part is the adults.
Before you let me put my dick in you.
Well, it's just
How old are you?
But the issue is this: that normally when you introduce to other things, this shit, right? When you introduce to other things, these people who are in the atmosphere with you are unaware of your story
Any of that.
until it's too late. And a lot of us don't have that level of grace to be like, damn.
And the only thing she can either do is lie about it or say, I didn't know he was 15. No, you didn't care he was 15 because you weren't in a child setting when the shit was going down. You was doing grown shit in the motherfucking recording studio and shit just happened.
Yeah, and you made an assumption that was a grown up. And then I'm not, and by any means, I'm not saying that's
It's not okay.
there we go.
It's not okay, but you're privy to situations like that when you put yourself in there. If you at the club at motherfucking 1:45 to 2:15, you got a greater chance of getting shot than when you're there at 9 p.m.
Depends on what club you're going to. Don't listen to. Go to the good clubs.
Not any clubs I go to.
None of that gangster shit.
But no, it's that's the kind of universe we live in, and a lot of times people aren't paying attention to the complete story the person's saying. So it's like
People put themselves in the situation.
yeah,
too,
a lot of
and
times,
try to make
the weirdo shit happens to people based off a person. A person wasn't doing these drugs and these things. You bring them into the entertainment world. You introduce them to drugs and shit. They're young. You get them hooked. It's always some weird freaky person, and it don't have to be the main celebrity. It could be their mans. It could be management. It could be anybody. It's always some weird freaky person, and if there's nobody there to protect them from the weird freaky person, the real weird freaky person always does some creepy shit.
Take that.
And then I knew you was gonna do that. I knew it. And then that person never comes at them. They come at the people that caught them doing the weird, creepy shit, and then they wanted parts.
They're not even upset the fact that they did it. They're upset the fact that they got caught.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
have you ever been in a situation such as anything like that? Give me one awkward situation like that.
Awkward situation. I got one for you.
Where a woman puts you in a position that was compromising. She was either way fucking older than you, and you know you was a kid, but you either lied or you just rolled with the
I got a
punches.
better one. It's just an awkward situation. Like it was 100%.
I want to hear about this.
She put me in 100%
Drink to this.
unmoral.
Have a drink, sir.
Unmoral
Take a hit of
situation.
That vape right there. Shout out to Jars.
You know what? Okay,
It's a great place.
so look, here's mine. Here's my bogus story. I was in the Marines, and at the time, I was stationed.
By what year was this? I'm showing his age.
Man, you dirtbaggy too. That's real wrong.
What's your MOS?
Postal clerk.
Explain to the people what that is.
A postal clerk is like the easiest, most dangerous job you can have. I always explain that to people because you're in charge of the mail, so somebody can request mail, and you either have to train mail clerks or you have to do it yourself. You can get shot driving around the mail. It
Fucking
does
soldier,
happen.
Okay, continue.
Anyway, so at this time, I was still stationed in America, and I was at Fort Leonard Wood, and that's in Missouri, like right outside St. Louis, like maybe like 150 miles, something like that. So I'm stationed here, and why I'm here, Fort Leonard Wood is an Army installation. Gotta say it like that to be an asshole, and I've been drinking.
Well, based on your MOS, you were stationed there.
Yeah, based on my MOS, I was stationed there. I was stationed there because I was going to go to
Military
motor T school.
occupational specialty.
Yeah, that's how they do you. So I was going there because I was going to be a postal. I wasn't going to be a postal clerk at first. I was going to be motor T, and that's where they train motor T at. And so there's a very nice sized NCO club, but there's several bars and clubs outside that
Non-commissioned
city.
officer.
And
We talking over people's heads.
it's good. I'm glad you got my back. I'm glad you got my back. So I run into this chick outside at the club, and I remember her distinctly because she had husky eyes. And if you don't know what I mean by that,
The dog husky or
yes,
fat
the
people?
dog
Or
husky.
fat people eyes?
No, the dog husky. So dog huskies can have a blue eye
Siri.
and a green eye.
What are husky eyes?
Yeah, a dog husky
Okay,
can
because
have.
it's mixed with wolf. That's why it has.
Yeah,
that.
so it can have either color in its eyes. This woman had that effect. And so I was super intrigued, and she was thicker than a motherfucker. So I'm super intrigued. I shoot my shot.
You fucked a husky.
Shut up. Don't do that. Definitely don't do that. Like, look, I don't pause for much on this show. Pause. What, Shaggy? No. So this lady had one green eye and one blue eye. So I talked to her all night. We having drinks. I'm shooting my gangster. And shout out to my homeboy. His last name Boyles. Shout out to my homeboy Boyles, right? So he's like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? These chicks I'm with, I'm gonna go to their house. So every weekend we would get hotel rooms. So he's like, the room yours. I'm like, bet. So I'm like, hey, we can go back to my room. I got drinks, yada, yada, yada. I'm just, I'm working it. She like, bet. So we get back to the room, get her undressed, ready to do the thug thizzle. So she's like, I can't spend the night because I'm married. I'm already to the state of I don't give a fuck. But in my mind, I know it's wrong. I'm knocking off somebody else's chick. And I'm fucking up they covered in the oath and the whole thing. And I'm like, the douchebag young dude in me was like, well, that ain't my wife. Ain't got nothing to do with me. That's my most awkward, my most bogus for me is knocking off a married chick.
Oh, that's it?
That's it. Listen how you said it.
Were you married?
No.
Okay, then it don't fucking matter.
They do.
Listen,
It wasn't right.
If a married woman throw you some pussy, blame her husband. That don't got shit to do with you. You're not the one at fault because you're not married. I don't see shit wrong with that. Because probably get on a piece of shit, but still.
No, I wouldn't say you're
even now, listen, man.
I think a lot of people.
I got one saying, and I'm not the only person that can say this fucking saying. If you can pull my bitch, guess what?
You can have her.
She's not my bitch.
Again, you can have her. You can take custody of that. I'm good. I'm with you. Every player thing I've ever heard ran through my mind. That does not mean that my moral compass is like, you could.
But there's a difference. How old were you at the time?
Oh man, I was like 22.
So did you
23.
care at that age?
No, I'm telling you what
Okay.
they're telling you. Young me was like,
At that
fuck
age,
it.
you don't give a fuck. Oh, I'm not married. This ain't
This
my
this
shit.
is not my
Fuck it.
reasoning at the time. I repeat, this ain't my wife.
Now, when you get older and you do dirtbag shit,
No, you're more conscious of the level of
Definitely.
douchebag shit you're doing.
Because you be like, damn, out of all the fucking women I done fucked that's either pregnant or in relationships,
Damn, I don't be doing that one. I don't know what
somebody could be fucking my bitch right now.
yeah. You know why? I stopped doing all my dirtbag shit on that level based on I don't want that karma.
Right.
I've took karma enough in other ways. I don't want the karma of just that's my MO. As a man, I don't want that. I'm good.
Right. Karma's real, y'all.
Yeah, karma's definitely real. Karma's definitely real. Wait, you got one of them stories?
I have a lot of them.
Give me a small one. Give me one. I need like one that's like 3 minutes long.
Okay.
I need Jeopardy music.
Godfrey and Burton. What the hell was that bar right there?
I don't know.
Galewood.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was the Galewood.
I meet a woman at Galewood. Short, thicker chick. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Whatever.
so y'all was
as
looking
soon
eye to
as I
eye?
walk in, her friends immediately. I see her girls with her. There you go, right there. Go get that one right there.
Cause you short.
Yo,
They wanted her to feel.
Listen, we DJing and I'm hosting. I got the mic.
Oh, you say you run around doing your
So
thing.
you can peep somebody that's peeping you.
Mm-hmm.
So her friends went to the restroom or whatever, and she was sitting there by herself. And I said, yeah. I said, so your friends think we a good couple, and she just started laughing.
Of course,
And
she was like, damn.
I said, well, before they get back, I already wrote my number down. Lock it in. Holla at me.
Okay, he
Walked
shot your
off.
shot.
I ain't talked to her the rest of the night. She hit me up about a week later, whatever, tell me what her job was. She was a secretary at.
Ooh, she tried to play hard to get. She called
secretary
you
at
a
a
week.
Yeah, secretary at a university in Michigan. I'm not gonna tell you which one. One weekend she was like, "Well, shit, I got a couple days off work. Why don't you come up? Come grab you, and you come just stay the weekend with me." Bet. So halfway on my way up
You're a trollop.
to where she is,
Straight trollop.
I don't ask how old she is. She doesn't ask how old I am.
You're a trollop.
But I tell her what my real name at this point. No, I'm Lil J.
You're always.
She knows me as Lil J. So she said, I said something and asked her a question, and she stopped in the middle of the highway, pulled over the side of the road, and said, your name is this, ain't it? And I said, yeah. And she said, you fucked my daughter, didn't you?
Oh.
And I said,
deep.
Huh?
No.
Now listen.
No.
I stayed the night with the daughter before. I didn't fuck her. I had no sexual encounters with her sister because I wanted to fuck her cousin. So I didn't fuck the daughter. But anyway.
Oh.
All right, this is too much for me. I need to grab something to drink. So we stopped at the liquor store, got fucked up, got our drink and whatever. And when you're younger, you got the cheap condoms. The rubber broke off in her. It broke off, and that motherfucker stayed in till the next day. Yeah.
You got to get that out.
The rubber stayed in. Well, listen.
No, you got to get that out.
It finally came out when she was pissing.
Oh, that's the
But
worst.
it's too late then, because I done already, my swimmers were swimming.
You shot the club up. You shot her mama club up.
I got the woman pregnant.
You shot the mama club up.
This woman her daughter's my age. I'm not gonna tell you how old she.
Hey, you just shot. Hey, you just.
I done
shot up the 43-year-old because you was probably like
she was
in your
44,
mid-20s.
and
You
I
shot
was
up the 44-year-old lady.
I did it, man.
Oh,
But,
man.
because circumstance and shit like that, and how the shit went down. Of course, we couldn't keep that, and we kept
No,
that.
y'all should have.
We kept that on the low, and I'm childless now.
Hey, that
at
would
my
have been.
age.
That'd have been beautiful.
That's not cool. That was beautiful. But yeah, that was one of my close encounters, and I've had a lot of those. Like,
Oh man, bull business.
yeah.
Hey, and you do stand up comedy?
No,
Yes, you do.
I sit down.
Yes, you do. You sit down comedy.
Sit down comedy. I'm lazy. Be like, yep, 5-minute sets. That's me.
Long as you,
I've used to. I wanted to do comedy.
long as you don't breathe hard.
No,
You don't got fat boy. You ain't that big yet.
no. Listen,
You good.
but you don't got to be big to do that. I know people. I've seen people.
I
Put
know.
napkins over the. Shout out to Sheila Love. She puts a napkin over the microphone and she used to do it. Yeah.
Hey man, don't you never tell me somebody puts the napkin over the microphone
She
because
puts a
they're
napkin
breathing.
over her motherfucking microphone.
Cause she big.
Sheila Love.
I don't know who she is.
From 1140.
I don't know what she.
Okay, well, listen. Shout out to
I've never
Sheila
seen
Love,
what
man.
Sheila Love looks
Listen,
like.
pioneering radio. You know what I'm saying? Great woman. You know what I'm saying? But that was just her style. That's just what she did. Man.
I asked a specific question. He ain't answered my question.
I'm
coming
trying to
back
dance
that.
around it.
No, that means she big as hell.
She's not. She's not.
Hey, have y'all ever noticed that only? I'm about to say the worst thing ever, but I don't care. Have y'all ever noticed that the only two women that are in radio? I know a bunch of radio chicks gonna be mad at me.
Oh shit.
That ain't built like a bag of Doritos. It's like Angie Martinez and Angela Yee.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said it, but it's slightly true. It's probably not 100% true, but y'all know what I mean. I'm just saying. I've seen a lot of radio female personalities. I'm like, see why you're on radio.
Right. Don't have to see him.
Yeah, you sound good.
You know, it's good to have a woman in on some of the topics because it gives you that left wing that sometimes that you need.
Yeah, that seasoning that you want. That,
Depending on the personality, you know,
that
a lot
seasoning
of
that you want. That you
depending on who
going
you
to
are
like.
and how strong your personality is as a man. A lot of women, if they hear how me and him talk shit to each other, they'll think that they're full of themselves. No, I'm very sure of myself.
That
You
is
know,
full of yourself, right?
I smell my own shit. You know what
Damn.
I'm saying? Like
Does
you
it
can't.
stink? Is it spicy?
It's terrible. You can't tell me about myself. That's what I'm saying because I'm aware.
I think most men are aware. I think most of us are who, especially once you get middle age.
And
like,
if you are, you can't. Some people can't
like
really
once
tell
you get
too much about
if
yourself.
you're a man, you made it to your 30s, you pretty much is who you gonna be, and then you're just tightening the screws up and mastering the man you are. And let me tell you, most of us are slightly conceited. Most of us think we badasses. Most of us don't really want to deal with your fuckery. That's really what it is from manhood. And when we have to deal with those things, we're trying to get rid of your ass as fast as humanly possible. And that's for men, women, dogs. The only people that you don't be like that with is your kids, and they're on a very thin line with you of fuckery before you fuck around and find out. That's what you'll do. You'll fuck around and find out.
Definitely.
All right.
Let's get back on task.
Nah, I'm done with you,
like
bro.
this? Oh, you done with me?
I'm done with you. I'm gonna ask
All right,
you.
yo, this your shots fired. No?
Yeah, you can
done
do
with
all
me?
of that. You can do that, all that.
Let me give my shout outs.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you to get your shout out.
Listen, man. Shout out to my homeboy Knowledge.
Okay.
Shout out to Deontay.
Okay.
Free Fred Charles.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Trail. Rest in peace, Jonathan Williams. Rest in peace, my grandfather, the biggest asshole I've ever met in my life, and I fucking love him.
Oh, you can
Eddie
see him
Smith,
in the mirror.
you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my cousin. This is my real family right here.
Yeah.
Shout out to black people progressing and following their dream, man.
Oh, look at you.
There's a
being
lot of
good,
people that
politically correct.
shoot down. A lot of people are dream killers because they
Haters.
don't somebody else's value of you that's not your value. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever have somebody else tell you what your value is. Find it in yourself, man. Pursue what you know
What you want to do?
that you're capable of doing. You know what I'm saying?
And if you ain't capable of doing it, keep trying until you
reasonable.
get it.
Be reasonable, but it's like who got it on their first try?
Nobody except for me. I'm awesome. Hey, so I've been Simon Phoenix. This has been Lil J, and
I'm still Lil J.
that's what I said. Your has been.
Like I'm not Lil J anymore.
I'm trying to make you a has been, and this has been Shots Fired Podcast. Bow. If you would like to get on the show, there's going to be an email. Hit that email. If you want to get your topic on my Sunday Night Rant show, hit the email there too. All right? Now holla at your boy. I'm gone.